If you've ever tossed potato peels into the trash or even the compost pile without thinking twice, I'm about to change your garden routine forever. Because those humble scraps, they're one of the most powerful root-feeding fertilizers most gardeners ignore. In fact, what I'm about to show you can cut fertilizer costs dramatically, supercharge your soil biology, and create an underground pantry of nutrients that your plants can pull from exactly when they need it most. This is a method that works quietly beneath the surface all winter long, and by the time spring planting arrives, your beds will be practically begging for roots. I know that sounds dramatic, but stay with me here, because once you understand what potato peels do in soil, you'll never look at kitchen scraps the same way again. Let's start with this simple truth. Roots are hungry and most gardeners only feed the leaves. Top dressing with compost, foliar sprays, store-bought fertilizers. All of that focuses on what we see above the soil. But growth happens underground, and potato peels are specially built by nature to nourish that hidden world. They break down slowly, they hold moisture, and they deliver potassium and micronutrients directly into the root zone. And if you're into gentle herb gardening, thoughtful, biodiverse, organic cultivation, potato peels fit right in. They aren't just scraps, they're strategic. They make soil greener, richer, and more alive. Potato peels deliver essential nutrients right where roots grow. What sets potato peels apart from most vegetable scraps is their nutrient density, especially potassium, a crucial element responsible for root formation, water movement, disease resistance, and overall plant vigor. When you bury peels directly in your planting zones, instead of composting them with everything else, your garden gets a slow-release nutrient drip system that stays active for months. And here's the kicker: potato skins contain unique compounds that help feed beneficial microbes while suppressing some soil-borne pathogens. Every gardener wants stronger roots. Every gardener wants crops that stand up to drought and still produce lush greens and juicy fruits. Potato peels quietly deliver that foundation season after season, especially if you're working toward long-term soil fertility and reducing input costs. The trick is placing potato peels where the soil can absorb their full benefits. This technique isn't about tossing peels into a hole and walking away. To unlock their full potential, they need to be layered smartly. They should be shredded or finely chopped so they break down evenly. And depth matters. Too shallow and pests might take interest. Too deep and oxygen disappears. The sweet spot is tucked into the root development zone, generally 4 to 6 inches down, spread across where your plants will eventually feed. Think of it like setting a nutrient table underground before guests arrive. When roots stretch out searching for resources, they run right into a durable food reserve. You're not fertilizing once, you're building a system that feeds continuously. Here's where a lot of gardeners make mistakes. Potato scraps on their own can get slimy, stopping airflow and causing rot pockets. But when you layer them with dry, carbon-rich materials like mulched leaves, shredded bark, or sawdust, something magical happens. The mixture holds moisture like a sponge, yet still breathes. Microbes stay active without drowning, and the breakdown process becomes balanced and aerobic. Gardeners who overwinter potato peels under a light mulch layer discover something wonderful in spring. Soft, crumbly material that disappears into the soil as quickly as roots move in. The sponge-like system works especially well for raised beds and herb containers where soil dries out faster. If you love seeing earthworms thriving in your beds, and honestly, who doesn't, potato peels are worm wellness boosters. High in starch and easy to break down once softened underground, peels become a worm buffet. And the more worms you have working for you, the faster organic matter becomes plant-available nutrition. Their castings deliver nitrogen, phosphorus, and beneficial microbes directly into the root zone. Potato peels don't just feed plants, they feed what feeds plants. In gentle herb gardens where we value soil life as much as plant growth, there are, honestly, few amendments that work so well for so little cost. Worms multiply. Soil structures itself into soft, fertile channels. Water retention improves. Everything just becomes more efficient underground. You can time potato peels to feed exactly when plants need power. Here's a timing advantage most gardeners overlook. Potato peel fertilizer works best when applied before heavy root demand, ideally in winter or very early spring. The cold doesn't stop decomposition entirely. It just slows it, letting nutrients release gradually as temperatures warm. That means herbs like rosemary, sage, thyme, and perennial onions hit their growth stride with fuel already in place. If you're gardening with aggressive feeders like tomatoes, peppers, or squash, burying peels in fall ensures those hungry roots find a feast waiting. And for root crops like carrots, potatoes, yes, potatoes love their own skins, and beets, the potassium-rich environment improves root sizing and overall health. Fermented potato peel fertilizer is another level entirely. For gardeners who want to boost decomposition speed, fermentation delivers nutrients even faster. By soaking chopped peels in water with a bit of sugar or molasses for 1 to 2 weeks, you create a liquid teeming with microbial life that accelerates soil uptake. The squeezed solids can then be buried in beds or added directly to root tunnels. It's zero waste and maximum impact. The result? Plants respond with stronger early growth, more vibrant foliage, and improved disease resistance that lasts the entire season. This simple practice reduces dependency on purchased fertilizers. Every grocery store run brings these powerhouses straight into your kitchen. Instead of throwing money into synthetic root boosters year after year, potato peels let you tighten your gardening loop. Waste becomes resource. Soil gets richer instead of depleted, and every season builds on the last. This isn't a one-and-done trick. It's a cornerstone of resilient soil stewardship, one gardeners can embrace no matter their budget or garden size. Start now and see the transformation under your feet. If you've made it this far, you're exactly the kind of gardener who understands that the magic of a garden doesn't happen in the leaves. It starts in the soil, and potato peels might just be the easiest upgrade you'll ever make. Quiet, cheap, invisible, but unbelievably effective. So save your scraps, chop them fine, layer them deep, and let nature take the wheel. Your roots and your harvest will tell the story soon enough. If you found this helpful and you want more real soil building strategies that actually work, go ahead and subscribe and share this with another gardener who deserves bigger harvests. Let's keep growing stronger gardens together.